Chapter 12. Market Research. Marcus stared at his organic chemistry textbook, but the molecular diagrams kept morphing into images of King's smug face and Lord Varric's cold eyes. It was the day after the royal welcome ceremony, and Valdres and Marcus couldn't shake the feeling that he was running out of time in both worlds.
Dude, you're doing that thing again. The staring into space like you're receiving alien transmissions thing?
Sorry, just thinking about career options.
Career options? Bro, you're a freshman. You've got like 4 years to figure that out. Unless this is about your parents pressuring you about the whole pre-med track, because honestly, you seem way more interested in business stuff lately.
That was uncomfortably perceptive. Marcus had been spending more time researching entrepreneurship and small business strategies than studying for his actual classes.
I've been thinking about side hustles. You know ways to make money while in college?
Now you're talking my language. What kind of side hustle? Content creation? Tutoring? Drop shipping?
Actually, I was thinking about farmers markets, selling handmade products.
Farmers markets? Like vegetables?
No, more like artisanal goods, soap maybe, natural ingredients, custom scents, that sort of thing.
Marcus, are you having some kind of quarter-life crisis? Because soap making is like the most random business idea I've ever heard.
It's not random. There's a real market for handcrafted chemical-free personal care products. People are willing to pay premium prices for quality.
Okay. I'm not judging. Actually, it's kind of genius. Low startup costs, high margins, direct-to-consumer sales. Plus, you've got the chemistry background to understand the science behind it.
The question is, how do you research the market? Figure out what people want.
YouTube. There have to be tutorials, market analysis, customer reviews. Now you're thinking like an entrepreneur. Want me to help you research? I'm pretty good at finding niche communities online.
For the next 2 hours, Marcus and Tyler dove deep into the world of artisanal soap making. YouTube turned out to be a gold mine of information. Everything from basic cold process techniques to advanced colorants and fragrances. Marcus took notes on ingredient ratios, curing times, and packaging options, while Tyler researched market prices and customer preferences.
Okay, so lavender and eucalyptus are popular, but there's also demand for more unique scents. Look at this. Someone's selling Forest After Rain soap for $25 a bar.
$25 for 1 bar of soap?
Premium market, baby. People will pay for quality and uniqueness. Plus, there's the whole Instagram aesthetic factor. Handmade soap photographs, well...
Marcus was taking notes furiously. In Valdres, he'd been limited to basic ingredients and simple techniques. Here he had access to specialized oils, natural colorants, essential oils, even decorative molds.
The startup costs are reasonable. Basic equipment, maybe $200. Ingredients for your first batch, another $100. You could test the market for less than what most people spend on textbooks.
I want to try making a test batch, just to see if I can do it.
Right now?
Why not? The chemistry lab is closed, but I could use the dorm bathroom. Basic, cold-processed soap doesn't require special equipment.
In our bathroom? Isn't that kind of unsanitary?
Not if I'm careful. I just need to scale some mixing bowls and basic ingredients. I can get everything at the grocery store.
This is either going to be cool or a complete disaster. But I'm in. For content purposes, obviously. College students start soap empire in dorm bathroom could be a great video series.
An hour later, Marcus stood in the cramped dorm bathroom with his supplies spread across the counter: coconut oil, olive oil, lye, distilled water, and a small bottle of lavender essential oil he'd found at the campus health store. Tyler hovered in the doorway with his phone, documenting everything.
Okay, this time I'm going for something beautiful and scented, not just functional.
He'd made basic soap in Valdres, but this was different. He had access to refined ingredients, precise measurements, and modern techniques. The lye solution heated up dramatically when mixed with water, filling the small bathroom with steam. Marcus had to open the window and turn on the fan to keep from being overwhelmed by the fumes.
This is intense. You look like you've done this before.
I have some experience with the basics. Saponification is just a chemical reaction between fats and sodium hydroxide. The art is in getting the proportions right and creating something people want to buy.
The mixture began to thicken as Marcus stirred, transforming from liquid to a creamy consistency that reminded him of cake batter. This time he added the lavender oil and a few drops of purple colorant, watching as the soap took on a pale lavender hue that looked genuinely professional.
That looked professional. How long before you know if it worked?
24 hours for initial setting, then 4 to 6 weeks for full curing. But I'll know pretty quickly if I messed up the chemistry.
What happens if you messed up?
Epic. Best case scenario, it doesn't solidify properly. Worst case, it's too caustic and could burn skin.
Great, so we might have created a chemical weapon in our bathroom.
Marcus was cleaning up his equipment when he heard the door to their room open. Jake's voice echoed down the hallway.
Marcus? Tyler? What's that smell?
Uh-oh.
What smell?
It smells like lavender and chemicals?
Jake appeared in the bathroom doorway, his expression shifting from curiosity to confusion to alarm as he took in the scene.
What the hell are you guys doing?
Marcus stood frozen, holding a mixing bowl still coated with soap residue, while Tyler tried to look innocent, despite clearly having been filming something.
You'd better explain, because this looks like you're either cooking drugs or conducting illegal chemistry experiments.
It's soap. I was making soap.
Soap
Artisanal soap for a potential business venture.
in our bathroom.
It seemed like a good idea at the time.
You made soap in our shared bathroom using what appears to be actual chemistry equipment.
Just basic stuff. Nothing dangerous. Well, mostly nothing dangerous.
Mostly with
The lie is technically caustic, but Marcus was careful about safety protocols. We researched everything first.
lye? You brought lye into our dorm room?
It's a standard soap-making ingredient. People use it all the time for crafting. It's safe if you know what you're doing.
Do you know what you're doing?
I researched it thoroughly.
Okay, let me get this straight. You, Marcus Chen, pre-med student who's been acting weird for weeks, decided to start a soap-making business in our bathroom using caustic chemicals you bought at the grocery store based on research you did on YouTube.
When you put it like that, it sounds crazy.
It is crazy. What if you'd gotten the proportions wrong? What if you'd spilled lye on yourself? What if the dorm officials come by and smell chemicals?
Marcus felt his cheeks burning with embarrassment. Jake was right. This had been impulsive and poorly thought out.
You're right. I should have thought this through better. I wanted to see if I could do it.
Marcus, I get that you're interested in entrepreneurship or whatever, but you can't just start manufacturing chemical products in our living space. There are safety regulations, health codes, not to mention dorm policies.
I know. I'm sorry.
And why soap anyway? Of all the possible business ideas, why did you land on handmade soap?
I've always been interested in chemistry applications, and soap making is basically applied organic chemistry. Plus, there's a good market for artisanal products.
This is about more than just making money, isn't it? You've been acting different lately, distracted, secretive. Now you're conducting chemistry experiments in our bathroom. What's going on?
Marcus felt the familiar weight of living, two lives pressing down on him. Jake was a good friend who genuinely cared about his well-being, but there was no way to explain the truth without sounding completely insane.
I've just been thinking about the future, about what I want to do with my life, and I'm not sure the pre-med track is right for me.
So you decided to pivot to soap manufacturing?
I decided to explore my options. Soap making is just one possibility.
For what it's worth, Jake Marcus seems to know what he's doing. He understood all the chemistry involved, took proper safety precautions, and the end result looks professional.
It does look surprisingly legitimate, but that's not the point. The point is that you can't just decide to start a chemical manufacturing operation in our shared living space without discussing it first.
You're absolutely right. I should have talked to you before doing anything. I was just excited about the idea and wanted to test it quickly.
Next time, maybe find an actual workspace. The chemistry department probably has facilities you could use, or there might be community workshops that allow this kind of thing.
So what happens now? Do we just wait to see if your soap experiment worked? Pretty much. If it sets properly overnight, I'll know that basic chemistry was correct. Then it needs to cure for several weeks before it's usable.
And if it doesn't set properly,
Then I'll know what to adjust for next time. That's how you learn.
you're completely insane, you know that? But I have to admit, this is probably the most interesting thing that's happened in our dorm all semester.
Does this mean you're not going to report me to the dorm officials?
I'm not going to report you, but you're cleaning up every trace of this experiment, and you're not doing anything like this again without proper facilities and advance warning.
Deal.
As they worked together to clean the bathroom and dispose of the chemical residue, Marcus found himself feeling oddly optimistic. The soap experiment had been impulsive and poorly executed, but it had also proven that his chemistry knowledge could translate into practical applications in the modern world.
Hey Marcus, want to check out some local farmers markets this weekend? You know, for market research?
That's a great idea. If you're serious about this, you should understand your competition and customer base.
Yeah, let's do it. But next time I make soap, I'll find a proper workshop space.
Next item,
Well, I have to test different formulations. You know, for science.
just promise me you'll be more careful about where and how you conduct your experiments.
I promise.
As Marcus lay in bed that night, he found himself thinking about the parallels between his two worlds. In both places, he was trying to build something from nothing using knowledge and creativity to solve problems and create opportunities. The tools and materials were different, but the fundamental challenge was the same: how to turn ideas into reality. Tomorrow he would check on his soap experiment and see if his chemistry had been correct. If it worked, he would have taken the first step toward building a business that could eventually help his family in both worlds. And if it didn't work well, that was just more data for the next experiment.